jingle, car 6 and Spitfire roll. Every bolt another story. Bring repair, he'll restore it and sweat the daily glory. Lost bits garage the name, engine roars and never flames. Turning rust into the bay with
Hey guys, welcome back. We're working on the Spitfire. We got a new spring for the rear. As you know, if you look back in my videos, if you've been following along, picked that up at can't remember now. God damn it. Team Triumph. Sorry, in Warren, Ohio. Got it from Scott. I don't know why that slipped my mind. But showing you where I'm at right now, and we're going to get this spring out of there. See what I can get done today. It's about almost 3:34, somewhere in there, and a couple hours worth of tinkering with this thing. I want to have it done by this weekend because there's a car show on Saturday in Greenville I want to go to, and then we're going back out to Ron's place to work on his 74 Spitfire. If you've seen a couple of videos back, we're going to get that thing worked on some more. I was there last weekend for last Saturday, maybe 3.5, 4 hours, but I was limited to time, so that's why it was so short. But I have a subscriber that says they would like a little more detail of stuff that I'm doing. So yes, I agree with you. I have just been kind of doing it and then showing you what I did. Yeah, no, you know, I understand you. I get you. So this is where we're at right now. Okay, you've probably seen in some of my posts that I got the car already jacked up, tires off, on jack stands, and I already got the spring loose on that side, but we need to do it on this side. So we're going to get on that, and then I got the roof down and tool out, and got the backer out of the car. I'm going to clean it up, make it look nice, and I need a vacuum too. But I need to pull that cover, that cover plate. So we'll get to that. First of all, let's get this side leaf spring undone. So I'll set you up and let's get to it. First thing we're going to want to do is get the shock undone down here. So I am going to do that first. It's 11/16 nut. Yes, chrome. Use chrome socket on the impact gun. Professionals do it all the time. Take the washer off. Don't want to lose that either. And I'm just going to reach in behind, and I got NICs on the bottom. Let's see, the ferrule stayed there, I think. I can't remember if it even had a ferrule. I don't think it did. But next thing we want to get done is set you up here. Let's take this nut out. These are all new. If you look back at my videos, I've replaced all of that stuff. So that's, you know, that's shouldn't come apart that hard. The other side was, it just, yeah, no issues. So let's pop that off of there. Shooting the video and doing this is, it's kind of why I do what I do, because I want to get things done, and it takes time to set up the shots and stuff. There we go. The wrench on her. Now with the shock off, you can move this up and down to work on getting that bolt out of there, which it should be fairly easy. The other side was fairly easy. Get that washer. There we go. I'm just work it up and down till you get it. So now both sides are free. So now we got to go to the inside. There's 2 screws that are holding this to down in, which are 8mm. Yep, 8mm. So I just wanted to let you know, in case you want to grab your tools first. Okay, time for the bar. This is probably sealed. Seal around it. There is the top of the shock, or the spring. Now it's what I'm hoping for, which is probably going to be unlikely, is that these nuts will draw the stud out with it. As they say, it's easier to reinstall. Well, getting the stud out will be the easiest way because it goes all the way through this housing. I'll show you on the other shock. And trying to get that up over the studs, you ain't going to do it. So you need to get these studs out. Okay, let's go in here and I will show you what I am talking about. Get you set up here. Get the shot set up. Raise you up. Okay. This plate is welded to here. This plate is loose, but it goes between the bottom spring and the other springs. So to get this plate, you could probably pull it up off of the spring, but you would have to remove this bolt first. I don't want to do that. So it'd be best to be able to get the studs out, and then I can just slip the spring out, slip this one in, and then just reverse process. So let's see what we can do with those studs. Hopefully, I may have to get a couple nuts and double nut it to try and draw those studs out. But at first I'm going to hit it with some blaster and see if we can get them to help. All right, we got penetrating oil on it. Blaster, PB blaster. If you guys follow along on my channel, you know that is what I use. Let's see, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Yeah, we got the stud with that one. Get hold of it. Nice. That's one thing I can say about this car. Ever since I've had it, it's come up. I really haven't had a lot of issues, a lot of hassle and fighting with nuts and bolts. But saying that, I may have just jinxed myself. I might need to get a deep well. Well, I got 2 for 2. For 3. I cannot complain. No fighting with it. So that is nice and loose. Okay. Let's see. She should just slide right on out. Okay. Just catching something. And I have no idea what. There we go. Presto. Okay. I'll get you back in there, show you kind of what it looks like if I can. I gotta get a light. Okay, we got the light. You can see where she rests back there on top of the differential. So there's a little hole there. You probably cannot see that. In the very top in the middle, that's where this pin right there sits down into. So I'm going to haul this spring on over into the garage, and we're going to compare and see what the deal was. Alrighty. I'm hoping I got the right spring. Let's center this up with this. So they're the same. And one side is even. They're both even here, but this one's a little shy. So why is that? Let me show you what I mean. Well, we'll go here. You can see they're even with each other. It's shy there, but not there. So why is that? I have read that I think it was in '74. I can't recall now. That someone on some of the forums were saying that they changed the spring, but okay, can I use? I'm hoping I can use this spring. The reason why is, if you look, yeah, upper leaf's broke. I haven't even checked any leaves below that. Totally sheared. So now I got myself a body slapping hammer, which I'll probably make using that. But I'm going to get my flashlight and look in there and see if any of the other leaves are broken. That's probably why it's riding so damn rough. Okay. I really can't tell. I'm going to try and get this piece of leaf out. Then I'll be able to see the top of the next spring down. So we will need a punch. Reach in there with. Can't really tell because that spring's doing the same thing as this one was. They have a hump in it in the center. So I'm going to have to pull this one apart. I just kind of got me wondering. But this one here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 6 leaf, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1 leaf less. Is that going to make a difference? I do not know. So I'm going to get on some forums and start asking questions and get hold of some buddies of mine. In the meantime, I'm going to set this one off to the side. And I don't know what's going on with my laptop, but I ain't worried about it. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on there. I don't think it's cracked, but you never do know. But see, this has the 2. Yeah. 2 lower leaves, and the other one only has 1. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to get some photos also so I can kind of show what's going on some of these forums when I ask a question. Okay, guys, well, I done put the word out. Hopefully I'll get an answer. You guys can go ahead and leave it down in the comments below if you know. But I won't be seeing the comments until after the car's fixed. But go ahead and leave a comment if you know. But I am going to clean up, put the top back up because the car can't go nowhere. And hopefully I'll get an answer for tomorrow and be able to get back out here and get that all squared away. So I ain't gonna bore you with cleaning this up, putting the roof up, but I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
Hey guys, I'm back. Next day. I am working on the leaf spring for the Spitfire. It's the issues I was telling you about that I was thinking I was having. Yeah, go to find out that somebody on the Triumph Spitfire and Restoration and Support forum on Facebook, go check them out, was telling me that the Spitfires had 6 leaves and a GT6 has 5 leaves. But okay, wouldn't the GT6 be a heavier vehicle because of the roof? So I'm kind of thinking that possibly what it is that the main leaves are thicker. But I'm not positive on that. I've searched, I can't really find a lot of information on that. But I was looking at the buttons. As you know, I got a buddy of mine on that forum that sells buttons. I'll put his name down in the description below. His name is Rob. He's from over in the UK, and you can get buttons for your Spitfire or GT6 from him. But at this moment, shipping in the UK was shut down for some reason, couldn't ship out, and plus it would have took probably close to middle of next week to get it. That's if the mail was quick, which you never know. So I made my own. So I'm going to show you how I made buttons for my leaf spring. So I'll set you up and we'll walk through what I got, what I did to make them work. Okay, I already made 4 for mine. We'll talk more about where this button would be, but these are just from a hardware store, Walmart to be exact. They're the for the bottom of your chairs or tables or whatever, so you don't mar up your floor. This part is plastic, the white piece. The black is rubber. So what I did is I chucked the nail part up in my drill, and I took out, I used let me get that out of there. I used the a chisel to spread the spring enough to where I can get the old crap out, which that's what's left of the buttons that were in there. Just rubber, soft, real soft. So my buddy Rob, he makes them out of plastic. I can't remember what plastic, but they wear real well. It lasts for a long time. So I sat here and said, I'm going to attempt that. So I chuck one of these up in the drill, and I mark the size on the end where I need to go down to. Brought it over here to my grinder wheel, which has a nice sharp edge on the stone. Lined up my drill, running it the opposite direction of the grinder, bench grinder, and I just cut in from the angle in so deep to where you would make that nub. Because if you can see, let me move some shit around here. I gotta clean up. But you need a little bit of a lip, you may see it there, to stick up into this indentation. So I ground it down to where it would fit up in there, and I tried to keep them all the same width to where you're not gonna, it ain't gonna ride different heights, you know. I thought about doing this one, but this clamp is sitting against the spring, so it's tight. I don't know. I measured that. That's 2 inch. That's a 2-inch strap clamp, and on the stock is 2.5. So if I want to do that, I may need to steel those, clean them up, paint them up, pull these off, put the buttons in, and put them on here. I'm going to try it the way it is. It's definitely going to help. What's it going to hurt? You know, and if I get squeaking or rubbing and wearing, then I know I need to do that. Take those and put them on there. And then the guys were saying that the Spitfire spring has 6 leaves, and the GTs have 5. So this would be a GT6 spring. So then I was looking like, okay, if I need to, I can refurb my spring by pulling this apart and just stealing this second spring, because you can see it ends here underneath the mount block. So if I needed to, I can steal that and put it in here and use what hardware I need to make a good spring. But I'm going to try this first, because if I need to, then that'll just be a project that will happen later, because I have a car show. It's coming up Labor Day weekend, and I got a couple car shows I want to go to. It's supposed to start raining real soon, so I may try to get that new spring in there since it's ready to go, and try to button up what I can before it starts raining. They're talking heavy rains by 5 o'clock, and it's already 3. So a couple hours I might be able to kick it out. But yeah, if you guys want to know more what I did here, I can always make a video of making buttons if you're interested in that. But there you go. Alright, let's see if we can at least get this thing in there. I don't like leaving this car out in the rain, because the top is not the best. Well, it's good. It's a brand new top, but you know, these cars ain't freaking leak. So no. Do I got it backwards? I must, because the pin, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's square. Good. So it dropped in. Okay, now we go back up top. Now we got her cleaned up, you know, wire wheel. Ain't nothing new. You guys probably seen how a wire wheel works on a grinder. I just want to make sure I'm not going to cross thread anything. No, it's not. I'm not able to pull it up out. I don't know if I'm getting it. That one feels like it's drawing in. So does that one. Just don't want to cross thread into the diff. Yeah, see, that one's not. I'm going to reach in, kind of wiggle it around a little bit. There, that felt like a grab. That's not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, see, I got one going. Let me fight with it. I ain't gonna keep you going, but I gotta wiggle that around to get those studs started. Okay, they say the top was either 34 foot-pounds, so we're close with the gun. That was kind of loose. That just doesn't seem like a lot, but that's what it says. So I'm going to put this cover back on, even though that seal is not the greatest, but it'll work. Okay, I'm going to leave that open and I'm going to clean it out later because I don't want to do it right now. So, hey, let's get this back in. Brought a hammer this time. What's going on? We're off a bit, So I will need to get my bar, which is right over here. Now, if it was way off, it'd be a different story, but it's not. What do I do with that hammer? There she is. Yeah. Oh. Get the other washer and nut on. Yes, I know I should be using a new nylock, but I'm not. That's enough. And I'm gonna try and get the shock on. Well, guys, I'm trying to beat the rain. It's starting to sprinkle, so, and my storage is getting full on the phone. I don't know when the camera died, but I'll try to get back to you, but on the other side of the car, so I can show you what I'm doing.
1 hour later.
I ran out of storage. It started raining, sprinkling, and so I went in the house and I went to move some of the files, get rid of stuff, and take a little break. But then I came out and I didn't film one. But let me turn you around and kind of show you what we're looking at now. Yeah, I set it back down and I pushed it ahead and rolled it back because it wouldn't settle the suspension. But from what I'm seeing, if I remember right, I think I got photos. If not, I have it in a video showing that this tire stuck out a tad more. But if you look, it does stick out a tad more than one side. Well, maybe not much, but they're straight up and down. And plus now I have more tire to wheel well clearance, and so I'm kind of happy about that. The only thing I can do now is try and take it for a drive. So, probably do it tomorrow. Well, maybe I might take it for a spin tonight, but I would like to put it away in the carport, so if it rains, it ain't gonna get soaking wet inside and all that. But I might do that and then come back and see what it looks like. All right, just got back from a little spin, just around the block, maybe 2 miles, if that, and it is looking good. A lot better than what it was. Let me show you. Still virtually straight up and down, which before I had a heck of a toe in. Still a lot of wheel well space. I went by. So I'm happy with it. So now I want to recheck the front spindle nuts, make sure everything's good there. If I have time, I don't really need to change it. Well, I need to change it, but I don't need to do it now. Is the oil pan gasket, it leaks. That means dropping the pan, put new oil in it, and this is fresh oil. I got probably less than 600 miles on it because I did it this spring, and I probably got about 600 and some miles on the car. I'd have to look at the trip, but I am happy with the results. Sorry, I just plumb forgot. I need to really crack down on doing more in depth of what I'm doing. But what I did is once I got the spring in, I bolt both sides. I didn't touch the trunnion because there's a ferrule in there, and once it's tight, and it's tight on both sides, you have to crush that to get to the trunnion in the bushings, and you better be reeking on it pretty damn good to get that to crush that ferrule. It ain't gonna happen. So I didn't touch those, but I did leave the tops where the spring is. I left them loose. I jacked the car up. I put my jack stands out underneath the uprights. There's a bar. Put them down. I put them on there and lowered the car, got the weight onto the suspension. Then I tightened the two upper leaf spring bolts, and then torqued them to 48 foot-pounds. That's what it called for, so that's why I torqued them at. Then I jacked it back up, pulled the jack stands out, put the tires on, torqued them. Again, I think I got it written down. I think they're 48 or 50, somewhere in there. I can't remember. Got the tires on, and that's where we're at. But I got a couple things I want to do more with it. It's like we'll film checking the front spindles, make sure they're tight, good. And I rotated the back tires, so whenever we do that, we're going to rotate the front tires side to side. They haven't been rotated since I owned the car. They're wearing nice, so good. Yeah, and then we'll someday, maybe over the winter or next spring, we'll do the old pan gasket. I do got a valve cover gasket, so I think I might put that on, and because it leaks a little bit. So yeah, I might do that when we do the front, but it ain't gonna happen right now. So I do appreciate you guys for hanging out to this point. We're gonna get back on the TR6 frame. As you can see, I've been working. We got it out, so it's time to start getting that back together. I got the insides of the new sections painted, and we're going to start getting that back together and get the t-shirts welded in and all that. So that's coming up. And what else? Oh, start putting the front suspension together. I got all the front suspension kit, so we're good to go there. Get the front, and then I'm going to order the back. I do got to box in the dip mounts, but I do appreciate you guys. I'm rambling. I do appreciate you guys for hanging out to this point, and if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up, not finger. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And please share it out. It helps out the algorithm and shows that, hey, he got good stuff. Other people ought to be watching it too. In the car show video that you guys seen over the last weekend, I had a little contest going, so if you picked out what car I liked the best, you got a sticker. That's going to run till next weekend. This video will probably drop Sunday or Monday, so you still got a couple weeks there, but by the time you see this, you'll have one more week left. Okay, I do appreciate you. Hey, check this video out, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.